Happy almost Valentine's Day. I'm Jordan and you're not. And I'm drunk. Okay, so since it's almost Valentine's Day, I'm going to review Valentine's Day. I wasn't drinking because this isn't a terrible movie. I was drinking because I'm lonely. You know what loves me? Yeah. Would you like some candy? Guess not. Okay, so in 2010-ish, yep, we had Valentine's Day. Then a year later, we had New Year's Eve, and I think they're both really good movies. You could have like a double feature of these two. I can't say I love one over the other because they're both, you know, they're not horrible. I mean, to me, they're not horrible. Yes, they're kind of cheesy, kind of cliche, you know, romantic lovey-dovey stories, but I like it. I even wore my reddish-pink tie-dye shirt for the occasion. I'm Faith Hilling. Alright. So there's at least 10 characters, or 10 storylines going on that all kind of interconnect with each other, and they all kind of, you know, blend together. We got Ashton Kutcher and Jessica Alba and Jamie Foxx from Django. You got Jessica Biel from the Texas Chainsaw Massacre. You got Patrick Dempsey from that Transformers movie. You got Jennifer Garner, who was Electra Nachos. You got Topher Grace from what's the name of that 70s show? Don't you hate that when you can't think of a name of a show? Damn it. Okay. Oh, never mind. I'll look it up later. Okay. Then you have Anne Hathaway, who was the sexy Catwoman in the Dark Knight Rises, who also, and if you watch the New Year's Eve, it has Michelle Pfeiffer, who played Catwoman in Batman Returns, one of the better Batman movies, in my opinion. You got Hector Elizondo and Shirley MacLaine. You got Taylor Swift and Taylor Lautner together for some reason. You got Bradley Cooper and Julia Roberts from Pretty Woman and other lovey-dovey movies. And, oh yes, Emma Roberts. Okay, so I'm going to take each story at a time and then talk about them, just get them all, talk about each story at a different time. Because all these stories really, you know, they go from one, and they go to another, and they go to another, and they go back to that one, and they go back to the other one, show that one first point of view. It is kind of confusing, but if you understand it, you'll like it. You'll get the hang of it. Okay. All right. So first we got Ashton Kutcher, who is the owner of this Sienna Bouquet, you know, flower shop, and he is proposing. You know, he pops the question to his girlfriend Jessica Alba, and she says yes, and everyone's like surprised about it. Like, he's like, what's the big deal? But you know, sometime there's gonna be some major spoilers in this, by the way. So if you don't want the movie heavily spoiled for you, go away. Alright. So yeah, she, you know, he pops the question to her. Then throughout the day, she's kind of like really iffy about the marriage, and she pretty much just believes him. She's with no explanation at all. She doesn't say whether it was because she didn't love him or it's kind of like Lisa from The Room. Like, you know, Juliette Danielle played Lisa in The Room with Tommy Wiseau, one of my favorite movies. She just, like, out of nowhere just starts falling out of love with Johnny and goes with his best friend Mark. Y'all should watch The Room, by the way. That's a good Valentine's movie. I give that an A+ because it's The Room. Okay, so we'll kind of come back to Ashton Kutcher. Next we got Jamie Foxx, Django, who is a sportscaster, and he's forced to do these silly little weird news reports about Valentine's Day. What does Valentine's Day mean to you? What is it about? What is it? They just, for some reason, Kathy Bates has him doing that, and yes. And then he kind of gets with Jessica Biel later. We'll come back to that. Okay, next we have Patrick Dempsey, who is a doctor, and he's having an affair with Jennifer Garner, who is best friends with Ashton Kutcher. And he's playing with her heart, toying with her emotions like a certain woman in my past that I know of. Okay, so yeah, then he goes to Sienna Bouquet, Ashton Kutcher's place, and he asks for 2 separate orders for his girlfriend, Jennifer Garner, and his smoking hot wife. So Ashton Kutcher wants to tell Jennifer Garner about it, but she doesn't believe him at first. Okay, now let's go to Topher Grace, who's from that, what's the name of that 70s show? Can't think of it. Okay, so he's with Anne Hathaway, and she's a phone sex operator. She does all these weird, kinky accents and does all these hilarious, want me to lick you with my scratchy kitty cat tongue or something like, I don't know, it was like that. It makes me think of Catwoman and Dark Knight Rises. So yeah, he doesn't know how to feel about that. Then he goes to a cemetery later and acts all emo with Hector Elizondo, which we're going to get to right now. So Hector Elizondo is this, an aged, him and Shirley MacLaine, they have like this huge bond. They love each other. They've never been with another man or woman before, or so we think. So Shirley MacLaine had an affair a long time ago, and now it's kind of eating away at her. So, and they have a grandson named Edison. Edison is in love with his teacher, Jennifer Garner. So, and yeah, this movie would have been a lot better if he was older, if he was like 15, 16, 17, 18. If he was like a student-teacher love affair, that would have been awesome. I'm all about that shit. In fact, it's been said that I was in love with my kindergarten teacher, which I don't really remember. All these women blend together for me since I'm a ladies' man. I can't help it. Women just love me. It's all about the swag. Okay. So next we get to Taylor Swift and Taylor Lautner. Their storyline is just they're there just for the sake of being there. Like they said, oh, let's get Taylor Swift and Taylor Lautner together. It's kind of annoying, actually. They were just there for like the Twilight fans and the Taylor Swift musical fans, and Taylor Swift's acting was kind of ditzy and kind of, he's so hot. I don't know. It's kind of awkward, sort of. Okay, now let's talk about Bradley Cooper and Julie Roberts. They're on an airplane. They're going back to Los Angeles, I guess. And at first we think that they're gonna maybe get together, but Julie Roberts is on her way to see a special someone in her life, which I will dare not spoil that for you. And then also Bradley Cooper who's kind of broken up with his special someone, which I'm not gonna say that either because that'll really spoil it. And you think, oh, they're gonna get together, or he cares about her, or they love each other, but then it takes you in a completely different direction. And let's see, also Edison, his mother has been missing or MIA. Well, she hasn't really been there for him like this whole year, but so he's kind of depressed about that also. And while he has his love for his teacher. Okay, next we have Sean Jackson. He's like a football star, and people say that he's going to retire or kind of quit football. So he calls for a press conference, and he comes out of the closet and says that he's gay and he's going to play. Yeah, gay power. I'm not gay, I'm just saying, yeah. And then Jamie Foxx makes a joke about it. He says, I stand behind you, metaphorically, which is kind of funny. Okay, then we have Emma Roberts, who's the best thing to ever come out of Eric Roberts, who's, in love with her boyfriend. They're like, I think they're like 17, 18. They're going to have sex for the first time on Valentine's Day. He's going to lose his V card on V-Day. Yay! But no, it all gets screwed up, which is kind of funny. Emma Roberts is the babysitter to Edison, the boy in love with Jennifer Garner, whose mother has been missing for a while. And I guess if I had to pick a certain, which storyline that I like the best, I would say either Ashton Kutcher's storyline or I don't know, maybe just the Ashton Kutcher's, was overcome with love and trying to tell his best friend that, you know, boyfriend's a backstabber, that he falls in love with her, and this. I mean, I like all the storylines. Don't get me wrong, but I just had to pick one that's my favorite. That's like saying in New Year's Eve, I like Michelle Pfeiffer's storyline the best. So if I had to review this, I would go ahead and give it a solid A. Illuminati. Okay. Nah, but seriously, yeah, I would give this an A. If you're into romantic comedies and you like all these interwoven stories that kind of connect together, and if you just like all these huge name actors and all these stars, then go ahead and check it out.